Have you ever felt like your entire life is a race you can't win? A relentless chase for more money, more success, more followers, more love? You push and you strive and you hustle, convinced that the moment you finally catch that thing on the horizon, happiness will be yours. But what if you finally get it, only to find the feeling is fleeting, and you're left feeling just as empty as before, already looking for the next thing to chase? What if the path to true fulfillment isn't about running faster, but about standing still? What if the secret to attracting everything you desire lies not in the frantic pursuit, but in a quiet, radical surrender? In a world that screams go, 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 this idea feels completely counterintuitive. We are taught from a young age that what we want is somewhere out there, and our job is to relentlessly chase it down. But this philosophy, as seductive as it is, often leads to burnout, anxiety, and a profound sense of dissatisfaction. To find a different way, a more sustainable way, we must look to the brilliant mind of Carl Jung, who understood that our outer reality is a mirror of our inner state. Jung would argue that the frantic chase is a symptom of a deeper psychological imbalance, and that until we address the chase within, we will never find lasting peace or abundance. This is not a story about giving up. It's a story about a fundamental reorientation of your life force. The man in the thumbnail, shown running on the wheel, is a perfect visual metaphor for this. He is in motion, but he is not moving forward. He is expending immense energy, but he is getting nowhere. This is the state of a person who is constantly chasing, a soul caught in a psychological loop. Jung would see this as a disconnection from your true self, the calm, centered core of your being. When you are disconnected from this core, you project your inner lack onto the external world. You believe that if only I had that job, that partner, that amount of money, you would finally be whole. But the wholeness you seek cannot be found in the outside world. It can only be found within. Jung's most powerful concept here is the process of individuation. Individuation is the journey of becoming your unique, whole self. It is the opposite of chasing external validation or external things. It is a slow, deliberate turning inward. The world tells you to go out and get it. Jung tells you to sit down and become it. When you stop chasing, you create a vacuum, and into this vacuum, your psyche, your intuition, and your soul are free to move. This is the radical part. By ceasing the frantic, external motion, you allow the internal, unconscious forces to guide you. The man in the thumbnail, seated calmly with a knowing look, represents this state of being. He is not running. He is resting in a deep sense of presence and self-knowledge. He knows that when his inner world is in order, his outer world will naturally align. So, how does this work in practice? When you stop chasing, you are forced to confront the lack within you that was driving the chase in the first place. You are forced to face your fears, your insecurities, your unhealed wounds. This is the work of shadow integration. The shadow is the part of you that holds all of your repressed emotions, your unfulfilled desires, and your feelings of unworthiness. The chase is often a desperate attempt to outrun your own shadow. By staying still, you invite your shadow to emerge, not to torment you, but to be acknowledged and integrated. This is the single most important step in attracting what you truly desire, because you are no longer operating from a place of lack, but from a place of growing wholeness. Furthermore, when you are not chasing, you are cultivating a state of synchronicity. Jung defined synchronicity as a meaningful coincidence, where an internal state is reflected by an external event. When your inner world is calm, confident, and aligned with your true purpose, the universe seems to conspire to bring you what you need. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. The right people show up at the right time, and doors seem to open effortlessly. This is not magic. It is a direct result of your internal vibration. When you are running frantically, you are sending out a signal of desperation and fear. But when you are calm and centered, you are broadcasting a frequency of abundance and trust. The universe, in its own mysterious way, responds to this signal. Think of it like a magnet. When you are chasing, you are like a piece of iron frantically trying to find the magnet. But when you become a magnet yourself, all the iron in the world is naturally drawn to you. The man sitting calmly in the thumbnail is a human magnet. He is not defined by what he lacks, but by who he is. He is embodying the wisdom that the things we chase, love, money, success, are not things to be acquired, but experiences that are attracted by a state of being. This is not about being passive or lazy. It's about a different kind of action, one that is aligned, purposeful, and without the anxiety of the chase. It's about doing the work on yourself, first and foremost. It's about healing, integrating, and reconnecting with your true self. And from that place of inner peace and wholeness, you will find that the very things you were so desperately chasing will begin to arrive in your life, not as fleeting moments of triumph, but as a natural, peaceful, and abundant flow. Stop running. Just sit down and watch as everything you've ever wanted begins its quiet, steady journey back to you. This isn't just about a superficial sense of relaxation. In the Jungian sense, true calm is a state of deep psychological integration. It's a place where the inner conflicts that drive the frantic chase have been resolved. Imagine your psyche as a bustling city. The constant chasing is like a traffic jam. Every part of you is trying to get somewhere, all at once, creating chaos and frustration. The calm Jung speaks of is not the absence of cars, but the creation of an organized, flowing system. It's the conscious mind, the ego, learning to work in harmony with the unconscious, the soul. The ego is no longer a tyrant forcing its will on the psyche, but a wise leader who trusts the inner wisdom and intuition. This state of calm is a direct result of connecting with the archetypes. We are not just isolated individuals. We are part of a larger human story. The relentless chaser is often disconnected from the archetypes of the hero and the king. The modern hero is often seen as a striver, a conqueror. But in ancient myths, the hero's journey always involved a period of descent, a dark night of the soul where they had to face their inner demons. The hero who emerges is not just a stronger person, but a wiser one who has integrated their shadow. The archetype of the king or the queen is not about external power, but about internal sovereignty. When you stop chasing, you also begin to cultivate a deeper relationship with your anima or animus. The anima is the inner feminine in men, and the animus is the inner masculine in women. These archetypes are crucial for creative flow and intuition. The frantic chase is often driven by an overemphasis on the logical, masculine, go-getter energy. By staying calm, you allow the intuitive, receptive, and creative energy of the anima/animus to come to the forefront. This is the source of true inspiration and aligned action. You no longer have to force solutions. You can receive them. This is what it means for things to come to you. It's not magic. It's a co-creative process with the universe, guided by your own, now integrated, inner being. The man on the thumbnail, with his calm demeanor, is a symbol of this integrated state. He is not just waiting for things to happen. He is in a state of deep, active presence. This is the paradox of Jung's philosophy. The most powerful action is often a form of non-action. It's the action of listening, of observing, of being. It's the action of cultivating your inner garden so that the fruits of your labor can grow naturally, without being pulled at or forced. The journey from the frantic chaser to the calm creator is the hero's journey of our time. It is a journey from the outer world of material gain to the inner world of spiritual and psychological wholeness. And the greatest reward is not the things you accumulate, but the profound sense of peace and purpose that comes from knowing you are in alignment with your own soul. So, take a deep breath. Stop running. Trust the process. And watch as the universe brings you not just what you want, but what you need to become the person you were always meant to be.